Hey everybody, what's up? We're standing here on Park Avenue and we'll do a little bit of a sound check. If you could hear me, just give a thumbs up in the chat. And if so, we will kick this off. So give me 1 minute and we'll get started. Alright, it looks like we are good to go. So good evening everybody and welcome back to Walks and Wall Street. Today is November 20th. It is a Monday, 2023, and I want to welcome everybody to Thanksgiving week. Hopefully you all had an amazing weekend, you got some rest, and now you're ready to hit it hard here on Monday. So hopefully everybody had a fantastic start to the week. Now, a few things to talk about tonight. Number one being pretty much a broad-based rally day on Wall Street. But I really wouldn't put too much credence on this and waiting on this rally, particularly going into Thanksgiving. Now, Monday is usually a pretty actionable day, but if you look at the major exchanges, volume was pretty timid, actually. Volume was pretty timid on the exchanges, which is to be expected, right? We're going into the holiday. So what I believe is that this week is probably going to be a dud. Everybody is arranging travel plans. I would assume almost everybody in the city is probably going to be working either remote or not working at all starting tomorrow because Thanksgiving is on Thursday. Now, actually, a couple quick weather updates, by the way. It's supposed to be horrible weather starting tomorrow. It's going to be raining. New York City could potentially see up to 2 inches of rain tomorrow night with wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. So let's play it by ear. I'm not sure I'm going to be out in that if it's going to be raining 2 inches and 40 mile an hour winds. So all the more reason, for people to work from home. But the S&P 500 rallied about 33 points today. If we check out the NASDAQ 100 futures, ticker symbol NQ, we're rallying again after hours, up about 19 points, breaking 16,000. It's a big round number, big even number for the NASDAQ. We have now broken above, out of that 15,900 range, and we are now trading on the NASDAQ 100 at 16,106. And then last but not least, we'll just quickly check the Dow Jones Industrial Average, or the Dow 30, that appears to be about flat, up about 15 points, trading at 35,240. Now for that holiday travel, for the holiday season, everybody is going to be flying, everybody is going to be driving. Crude oil is sitting right below its 50-day moving average, trading at about $77 a barrel today. Tomorrow, assuming weather permits, and we could actually do the live stream, we're going to be talking about arguably the most anticipated earnings report for this earnings season, and that is going to be Nvidia. That is the last Magnificent Seven company that is going to be reporting earnings for the quarter, and I'm expecting a pretty big report. Now, we sort of talked about yesterday that earnings in and of itself is technically a lagging economic indicator, right? Because as companies report quarterly results, those are results that already happened over the past 3 months. So what I'm looking forward to, and what I'm going to be paying attention to very, very closely, particularly tomorrow, is the forward guidance, okay? The forward-looking statements that may or not be issued by Nvidia. Now, we also talked about yesterday on the Market to Look Ahead live stream, out of all the companies in the S&P 500 that have reported earnings so far, That was about 469 companies. Out of all of those companies, 80%, I'll say that again, 80% of all the companies that have reported so far this earnings season have beat analyst expectations. So regardless of what you see in the media, in the mainstream financial channels, and also on a lot of these polls, right? Consumer sentiment is at all-time lows, pessimism is at all-time highs, but earnings this season was actually okay, particularly in the face of very, very tight monetary conditions. So as we have Nvidia reporting tomorrow, we will definitely stay up to date on that. The only other thing I have for you guys before we kick the stream off is this Friday, okay? Well, today I was previewing an amazing building, 75 First Avenue. It's really stunning. And I'm going to have another property tour up. It's going to be Penthouse 8A at 75 First Avenue. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, just under 2,000 square feet. You have unobstructed views of the Empire State Building, 1 Vanderbilt, Central Park Tower, 432 Park Avenue, and the Chrysler Building. You guys aren't going to want to miss this, okay? I'm going to upload it on Friday, but it's only going to be sent out in the newsletter for the first week, okay? So if you're subscribed to the Behind the Street newsletter that we will be sending out on Friday, the video will be in there. It's an amazing penthouse. Now, the developer who I'm working for, this is his project. And I'm really, really excited for you guys to see it because it's fully staged. Lower East Side of Manhattan, once again, look forward to that. 75 First Avenue. All right, guys, let me go ahead and close the computer here. I'll say hello to everybody in the chat. But if you want to subscribe to our free financial newsletter, just keep in mind that it's not going to be sent out this Thursday. It will be sent out the day after Thanksgiving on Friday. So we're going to be covering a lot. We're going to be talking about global equities. We're going to be talking about fixed income, how to interpret the yield curve interpretation. And we're going to do a little bit of earnings analysis. And last but not least, we will include that full exclusive penthouse tour of 75 First Avenue. So you could scan the QR code on your screen or type !news, NEWS, in the chat. And the Nightbot will drop the link to the Substack. So I'll go ahead and close up the laptop, pack up my stuff, and we will get started. Allow me one moment. All right, I'll clip on the microphone. It's getting a little bit windy already. As I've said at the very, very beginning of the stream, guys, it's going to be about 40 mile an hour winds tomorrow with torrential downpour, which I'm not looking forward to. But here we are on Park Avenue, my friends. We are overlooking the stunning MetLife building, 1 Vanderbilt. But if we turn the camera directly to the right, this is the brand new 270 Park Avenue, which will be setting up shop right in this building. And it looks like they're almost ready to top it out. So pretty excited about that. DLXX is here, good to see you. This is Tom. I think there's gonna be a lot of cancellations for Thanksgiving. Probably, it'll probably be a big, big mess this year. You know, I was watching the local news, I was watching the weather in the office, and unfortunately, we're going to have a big storm that's going to roll in tomorrow night, right around 8 o'clock. It's going to dump about 2 inches of rain on the New York metropolitan area. And then we're going to get 40 mile an hour wind gusts. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to be streaming out in that, but we'll see. But hopefully, anybody who's watching the live stream tonight, if you have travel plans, you know, if you're driving cross country, or if you're traveling up and down the East Coast, please be safe traveling tomorrow, because it is going to be really, really bad tomorrow, like really bad. So please stay safe. Park Avenue, East 47th Street, to the north, we have that beautiful 432 Park. Dalton is here. Good to see you. Says clean those gutters. Jonathan from Florida, welcome. Austin City Limits, I see Alan. Good to see you. Wendy England is here. Cody, Kathy Lyons. Ronix446 says happy Monday. Thank you so much. Frank is here. Arctic Paratrooper. Sparks Carnival, what's up? Thank you so much for the happy Thanksgiving wishes. Sparks Carnival, what are we thinking about tomorrow? What are we thinking for Nvidia? This is the last major Magnificent Seven company that's going to be reporting for this earnings season, and it pretty much caps off earnings season too. Not officially, but there's already been about 469 companies in the S&P 500 reporting out of the 501 that there are. 80% of all companies in the S&P beat expectations so far. We need a big number from Nvidia. We need a very, very big number there because everybody check out ticker symbol SOXX. Okay, check out the ticker SOXX. That is the ETF that tracks the semiconductor sector, and that thing has been rocking into the highs, 52-week highs, that is, in anticipation of Nvidia's earnings report. So is this sort of a buy the rumor, sell the fact type move? Or is the market pricing in a good report? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Susanna Q4 is here. Welcome, Susanna. Happy Monday to you. You can see all the lobbies here on Park Avenue, decorated for the holidays. Chu Chan has watched you while in Tokyo and now back home in the USA and watching you again. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you had a good time in Tokyo. Now, is Tokyo where you call home, or were you visiting family, friends, or were you just sort of taking a trip over there in Tokyo? Let us know. This is Bobby Van's Steakhouse, which is actually pretty packed. Chris Mills is here. Says evening, Tom. Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for joining us. British Gray. Sparks Carnival says Nvidia continues to pop off. Their GPUs are essential hardware for training large language models, and they are the backbone of generative AI applications. Now, speaking of that, now we got a little bit of clarity on the OpenAI situation, right? Now, we were talking about this yesterday, and I really didn't want to comment on it because there was so much, I would say, misinformation going around, a lot of speculation. Usually when you have something as massive as this, right? And it's really anything. It could be geopolitical events. The first 2 weeks is what I call the fog of war. And in the fog of war, that's when you have, journalists in particular. They're not too concerned about being right all the time. They're just concerned about being first. So there's a lot of speculation going on. But long story short, the former CEO of OpenAI will now be joining Microsoft to launch a new AI venture, which is kind of interesting. I would say very interesting. Quite a bizarre turn of events, though, right? What I sort of fail to wrap my head around is why would a board kick out the founder and CEO that grew a company from nothing to a multi-billion-dollar successful company that's really at the forefront of the artificial intelligence revolution with ChatGPT. Kind of a little strange, I guess. But you know what? I think Microsoft made the correct decision to hire him because if not, guys, he would have probably started his own company and headhunted every single employee out of OpenAI, and it would have probably crashed the company. So I think this was a very good move on Microsoft's part. This is a very interesting monument here. I think it's quite cool. I think it has pretty good representation of what goes on Park Avenue. It's a lot of relationship building, people getting coffee, hanging out. It's cool. Sparks Carnival says Google seems they are also competing for Sam Altman. Indeed. Colton Manning is here. What's up? Ali Star says Tom, because Microsoft had $13 billion in an investment in OpenAI. Yeah, you're correct. You are absolutely correct. Vinny says Michael Big Short Burry is betting against Nvidia. What does he know? Well, I think that's an interesting topic to talk about, and let's actually explore this a little bit. Hey, Lemonade is here. What's up? Dale is here. What's up? Good to see you. Now, two things can be true at once. And this is something I've learned from, I guess you can consider an old boss of mine, a very successful hedge fund manager based out of Chicago. And he's like, two things could be true at once. But if you're in the investment business, particularly if you're managing money, right? If you're running money for clients, or maybe you're just running money for your family or yourself. The biggest mistake, he said, is to essentially copy trade prominent and notable investors. And here's why. And we'll talk about this as we're walking up Park Avenue. We'll take a random walk down the new age Wall Street, which is Park Avenue. We'll try not to get hit by a car while we're doing it. And just because somebody was right once, or twice, or 3 times, or 10 times, whatever it is. With Michael Burry, he is very famous for predicting and quite successfully capitalizing on the great financial crisis. You know, shorting the housing market in 2008, made billions of dollars for investors. But what a lot of people don't realize, particularly a lot of individuals who are unfamiliar with the investment business, is that the vast majority, actually not the vast majority, every great investor that has made significant money in the market, they usually have about a 45, some of the best investors have a 50% success rate, which means every time they generate a trade idea, right? Anytime they put on a position, whether that be long or short, 50% of the time they're going to be right on their directional bet, 50% they're going to be wrong. Now, why does this matter to you and me and retail investors in particular? Well, because the market is a game of probabilities, right? And you could actually, this guy's going to blow a red light, which is always good to do. But you can make a lot of money in the market by being right only 30% of the time. You just have to make sure that you're losers, that you lose a lot less when you're wrong and you win big when you're right. It's portfolio management. It's called managing a portfolio and structuring a portfolio in the appropriate way. So the reason why it's the worst thing you could do is read these articles that say, you know, Michael Burry is short this stock. You know, you should get short too. Or, you know, Bill Ackman is long this company. You should, you know, buy it too. Or Warren Buffett just bought this stock. You know, those articles I automatically 100% ignore for the following reason. Because when Warren Buffett or Michael Burry or Bill Ackman, when they buy a stock, they know exactly why they're buying it, and they've already modeled the risk-reward ratio, and they already know the valuation where they're going to exit. Most retail traders and investors just say, oh my God, Warren Buffett's going to buy it, I'll buy it too. And then when the trade starts to go against them, they have no idea how to put on hedges, they have no idea how to unwind the trade, they have no idea about portfolio management. So you can have an incredibly successful investor like Michael Burry be right one time in his career and make billions of dollars. But the vast majority of the time he's been wrong. He's been shorting this market since the lows of the financial crisis, right? He's been putting on major short bets against the S&P 500 time and time and time again. But he still stays in the game because he knows how to maneuver around those positions, put counter hedges on, make pair trades and the like. And that's how professional investors do it. They're not right all the time, right? If anything, they're wrong about half the time or more than half the time. But they know how to manage a portfolio, they know how to structure trades, And this is something you'll learn if you work at a hedge fund or if you work on Wall Street. You'll learn how to do that. So, I don't know. I think it's a really good conversation to have. Vinny, I'm glad you brought it up. Now, is Michael Burry going to be right? Right? Could Nvidia bomb earnings? Maybe he knows something and maybe he makes some money. Maybe. But maybe he'll be wrong. But I think the retail investors who follow him blindly, right? I can guarantee you there's, random people that are probably buying put options on Nvidia into earnings, and they're just doing it because of this article. Now, what a lot of people don't know, particularly when they're trading derivatives or when they're trading options, they have no idea how these products are actually structured. So oftentimes, you could buy put options going into earnings, and you're buying egregiously expensive put options, because the market makers are going to price these options to the tick, right? Market makers, this isn't the charity tank, okay? Market makers need to make their money too. So, on the earnings move, they could rip the premium out of the options, and even if you're right on a directional basis, you could probably even lose money on that trade. But a lot of people don't know how to structure these properly. But it's a good conversation to have. I think we have this kind of conversation, I'd say once every 3 or 4 months. But I don't know, any thoughts on that? Feedback? Agreements? Disagreements? Hey, Anna is here. What's up, Anna? Good to see you. JC is here. Welcome. Abyss says it seems like strategic gambling. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Now, if anybody's interviewed at a quant shop, like a quantitative trading firm on Wall Street or a quant hedge fund, a lot of the interview questions are probabilities and logic and reasoning based questions, right? Like if you roll the dice this amount of times, what is the probability you're gonna roll a 6, right? And it's probabilities. So how many times if you roll the dice and you'd pick up the die and you'd make a $10 bet, what is the probability that the die lands on, 5 or 6? Things like that. Now, Jump Trading, which is a quantitative trading firm on Wall Street, if you go to their YouTube channel, so if you just type in Jump Trading on YouTube, they actually have their HR department, they put up interview questions. And even if you don't want to work on Wall Street as a quant, they're kind of fun to do, actually. So they have free practice interview questions and free practice interviews on their YouTube channel. It's like free practice prep. If you go to Jump Trading, their YouTube channel, it's kind of fun to do the questions sometimes, actually. Anyway, hey, 222 Ants says, thank you, Tom. Excellent point about retail/professional trading. Thank you for joining us as we walk up Park Avenue on this very cold night. Lemonade, good to see you. Guys, let's go up by the Seagram building and we'll check out the Christmas display right at the Seagram building. Since it's before 10 o'clock, maybe we should make a little bit of a detour here and we'll go to the New York Palace, because they have the Christmas tree up, they have a really good Christmas display, but we usually get there too late when it's closed. So maybe we'll go when it's open. But you know what, everybody? If you like that sort of conversation we were talking about portfolio management and portfolio structure, in 2024, in the newsletter that I send out to everybody every other week, I'm going to have hedge fund managers on the newsletter, either doing one of the following. Doing an interview, a sit-down interview with me, where we'll talk about, how to put on a trade, like how to actually structure a trade, things like that. Their thoughts on, the market or global macro, or they'll do a guest piece for the interview. So maybe we'll have, Jim Ropel of Ropel Capital Management write a guest piece in the newsletter. Maybe we'll have, another big name in the business do it. And if you want to sort of stay in tune with that, If you scan the QR code on your screen, it'll take you to our free Substack. It's our free investment piece where I compile all of my equity research, all of our fixed income research, real estate, and we send it out to the chat every other Thursday when the market closes. We're not going to send it out this Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, but we will be sending it out on Friday. So be aware and look alive for that. If you can't scan the QR code, you could just type !news, NEWS in the chat. And if you see, it'll say like substack.com. Just click that link, punch in your email, and you can have all my equity research for free. The only thing I ask is that if you like it, share it with a friend, family member, or colleague. But guys, look at this. This is the New York Palace. Look at how gorgeous it is. They've totally decorated the courtyard for the holidays already. What do you guys think? Thumbs up, thumbs down on the display? I think they did a good job. City's looking good. Hey, Denise is here. What's up? A Simple Life. Says, hey Tom, I'm loving all the Christmas decorations. I am too. We have Stephanie's here. What's up, Stephanie? Good to see you. Thanks for sending me that picture, by the way, today. Sparks Carnival says, Tom, I ordered Thanksgiving dinner from Mighty Quinn's Barbecue this year. No cooking or mess. Oh, very cool. Mighty Quinn's Barbecue. I've never heard of that. Now, Sparks Carnival. You know what was my favorite barbecue joint I've ever been to? I was in Austin, Texas, and it was a place called Terry Black's. Anybody here from Texas or has visited Austin before? That's a good spot, guys. That's like a really, I've never had barbecue like that in my life. Terry Black's, Austin, Texas. Well worth it. It's expensive, but it's worth it. I've never been there before. I've been there, it was my first time going, and that was well worth like almost $200 I spent. Anyway, hey, Tug Carter, what's up? Good to see you. We are at the 5-star hotel here, the New York Palace. Sparks Carnival says, Tom, Mighty Quinn's is in the West Village at 75 Greenwich Avenue. Really? Never been. I'll have to check it out. SKB Pilot says they have a branch in Dallas, Texas as well. So for all of our Texans, Mark says we have a Terry Black's here in Dallas as well. So for all of our Texans, out of Dallas, out of Austin, what's the best barbecue place? Mark says I had Franklin's in Austin, Texas. I haven't heard of it, but maybe I will check it out. I'll show you guys the inside. If you were lucky enough to join our live stream last night, I showed you the inside of the Plaza Hotel yesterday, which they did a really good job. They did a really, really good job. The chandelier is nice too. Now, I think the overall decorations in the plaza is I don't know, it's actually tough. What do you guys think if you want to compare and contrast? Plaza's better or New York Palace? Really beautiful. Wow, this is a good view here. And I like the choice of music too. If we have enough time, we'll go back to the plaza again, just to see. Hey, Fahim, what's up? This is the plaza. Oh, the palace seems a little bit more subtle. Yeah, agreed. And if you look to your top left, that is 30 Rockefeller Center. Now, you know what they haven't put up yet? Right outside the plaza every year, which I think they'll put it up probably. We actually can check. Maybe it's already up. We'll walk up that way. But in the park, I'm blanking on the name of the park. Right across the street from the GM building, in between the Plaza Hotel, they have the biggest menorah I've ever seen, and they do the menorah lighting on each night of Hanukkah. They usually have that right outside the plaza, in between the GM building. But they haven't put that up yet. You'd think they would put that up before the Christmas stuff, right? We'll check. Maybe they put it up today. Who knows? On the weekends, this is probably like an outdoor bar. Winter bar at the Palace. Hey, Sabrina Fair. What's up, Sabrina Fair? Good to see you. Happy early Thanksgiving. Carl's beautiful decorations. Hey, Mrs. Miami herself, Carol H. Carol, I was just telling the chat here, it's going to rain 2 inches tomorrow, quite literally 2 inches, and it's going to be 40-mile-an-hour winds. So I don't know if we're going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, but yeah, hopefully the weather's a lot better in Miami, which I will be in Miami December 1st, by the way. December 1st through the 10th. So who knows, maybe I'll see you down there. Al Baker says hello all. What's up, Al? All right, we'll make a left on 51st Street. We'll go to 5th Avenue and we'll see the Olympic Tower. We're buffering. Maybe I'll have to turn off my Wi-Fi. Hey, Carol H. I'm outside Whole Foods right now and it's starting to rain. Well, at least it's warm. That's a plus. Sparks Carnival says, wasn't it last Thanksgiving that we saw that crazy car accident? It was. Not only was it a car accident, I think it was a crime. It was like a hit and run, bizarro crime. That was nuts. Now earlier today, I was previewing a new listing in a really, really nice building. It's called 75 First Avenue. And the developer is actually technically my boss. So I'm going to be filming, probably not tomorrow because it's going to be really nasty out, but I'll try to do it early Friday morning. I'll put out another penthouse tour of Unit 8A at 75 First Avenue. The views are very unique here, right? It's not like the views from Billionaire's Row, where you're very, very close to Central Park. This unit's on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. But the building is placed in such a strategic way where you have an unobstructed view of pretty much every single iconic building in New York. So I'll be putting that up Friday, permitting weather. I was previewing the building today. It was a really stunning place. They have it fully staged. They just had a big event there, and I can't wait to show you guys. It's just a really nice building. So look for that. That'll be in the newsletter. I'll include the link, or I'll embed the video right in the newsletter. So the penthouse at 75 First Avenue, I believe it's on the market for $5,495,000. 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. Hey, Daryl is here. What's up? From Chicago, Illinois. Hey, Daryl. Colton Manning. I think that's our new project that we're launching in Chelsea. That's another good one. That's going to be 19th Street. I'll show you guys that one too, but that one's not ready yet. All right, this is the Saks Fifth Avenue holiday display. Let's see if they're testing it. I think we should go down to 34th Street at Herald Square tonight and see the Macy's windows. I don't think we've seen them yet. Now, Sparks Carnival, another thing I was going to tell you about, you know, the company Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, is actually carving out a pretty nice IPO base. So assuming earnings continue to roll in nicely here, and as the stock continues to bust through overhead supply, I think I'll probably get involved in that over 20 bucks. There's a really good book called Life Cycle Trade I think you guys should read. But yeah, I mean, the stock is acting well. I think let's try to go through. There's already pretty big crowds for the holiday. Let's see if they start it up. We'll give it a minute. We'll see.
give it a 9-1. Solid. Well, perfect timing again. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Fantastic. Fantastic display there. What do you guys think? Let's get some scores cranking in the chat. What do we think? I'm going to say 9-1. I think that was fantastic. I think we need to head back up though. Towards, hey, Theo's here. Oh, Theo, by the way, I just sent out something to you again. I have another book recommendation. I know you like the one about Benioff. I have another very good book that I think you're going to enjoy. That was written by my friend, actually. So it's on its way. It'll be in Tampa, Florida pretty soon. Consider it another Thanksgiving/holiday gift. It's all about IPOs. Price action IPOs going back to the 1960s. I think you'll like it. It's called Life Cycle Trade. And the author is Yves Bobach, who's actually a PM at Ropel Capital Management, the firm that I help raise money for. So I think you'll like it. It's a good book. I sent it out. I had a list today. I was going through Amazon, sending it out. Jafet Perez's Nvidia is up 230% year to date. Indeed it is. Now, the whole semiconductor sector is rallying into this earnings report too. Sparks Carlos' life cycle trade had a win at trading IPOs and super growth stocks. Yes, that's the one. Now, Eve, she used to work for the Federal Reserve. Well, it's co-authored, right? Kathy Donnelly, Yves Bobach co-authored the book. It's very good. And I think this will help a lot of investors, particularly a lot of them that, just are very quick to scurry into buying new issues. They'll watch CNBC and they'll sort of say, particularly during 2021, when a new stock was becoming public almost every day, right? Everybody was buying these IPOs like crazy. But what people don't know is that 90% of all IPOs trade below their list price within a year of going public. And that's mainly because if you think about what an IPO is, it's the transfer of ownership of the company, right? From the private market to the public market, from founders, right? Employees that are in a lockup period, from VC, private equity, to the public. Retail investors, institutions, big mutual funds, sovereign wealth funds. And that takes time for the float to change hands. So volatility is very high during the first year of trading. Also because, if you're a big PM at Fidelity, or you're running a big mutual fund, right? You can't just put your money in any old junk. You have to make sure the earnings and the sales, the return on equity, the pre-tax, after-tax margins are all in order to allocate significant capital to that investment. All right, let's bang a right here. We'll head up to Billionaire's Row. On the right, you'll see Neuberger Berman, which is a big asset manager. Hey, hang with Mark Mom. What's up? Hang with Mark Mom. Any predictions, thoughts on Nvidia's has an IPO coming up? Impossible. The bad headlines about the college girl. Oh my God, I saw. Currently, the lemonade that they sell at Panera Bread has a ridiculous amount of caffeine in there. All right, we'll get out of the buffer zone and then we'll continue. Setting up for the Thanksgiving Day parade. This is Steinway Tower in front of us. Now, a broker, I've told you guys this before, but a broker that we work with a lot, Noble Black, had an amazing listing on the 83rd floor of 157. $35 million, and it went under contract within 2 weeks. It's already in contract. So fingers crossed, that'll close before the end of the year. That'll be a really nice deal. But hang with Mark Mom. What I was saying before we started to buffer. What are your thoughts on Nvidia's earnings? Predictions? And also, any words of wisdom from your many years on Wall Street regarding trading IPOs, investing in IPOs? Are you sort of echoing a lot of the things that have been said? Agree, disagree? Now, it's funny because Hang with Mark Mom and I, we actually worked not too far away from each other in Lower Manhattan, but I worked in tech. She worked down in banking. It's 432 Park Avenue there. Now, my old office, 82 Wall Street, is now the Wall Street Hotel. It used to be an AT&T. This is the Alliance Bernstein building. Also, Fortress Investments is in here. Fortress is a very successful hedge fund. You can think about Michael Novogratz. Mike Novogratz, well, he started his career in Goldman Sachs right as they went public, actually. He was a managing director. He was ousted from the company. Then he came over to Fortress, did very well, and now he runs a cryptocurrency company, an onboarding sort of platform, an institutional platform for cryptocurrencies. Destructionist, what's up? Good to see you. Hang with Marks, Tom, invest in it. It's a strong buy. Interesting. They make their own chips. So it's not tethered to other companies for their contracts. Nvidia will only rise. Yeah, so maybe the random walk with an upward drift, perhaps. We'll see. Just the guys is what's your take on G. Chanos? Do you mean Jim Chanos? Well, he shut down his hedge fund. He shuttered it. Now, Jim Chanos is probably one of the most famous, notorious short sellers on Wall Street. And I think on Friday afternoon, he shuttered his hedge fund. He claims that the market isn't what it used to be, right? And that passive investing, or the the popularity and the meteoric rise of passive investing has sort of skewed the market and have made it short sellers at a disadvantage. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I don't feel bad for the guy. I mean, he's been incredibly successful. The market is always right. I guess that's what I've been taught. Just because you think something's going to go down doesn't mean it's going to go down, right? Just because you think something's going to go up doesn't mean it's going to go up. But he's an incredibly successful investor. Honest, it sounds like Amazon is slowly taking over the world. Well, Target's earnings report was surprisingly wasn't too egregious, wasn't too horrible. Now, the CEO is either a master of reframes, or he's just was trying to just cover up for, the blatant obvious, right? Which has been the retail shrink, which is corporate speak for theft, right? But the CEO claims that by locking things up behind the plexiglass, it's provided customers a better experience, because when customers walk into a store, at least their products are going to be in stock. Right? Before, everybody would just ransack the place and steal everything. So when you would walk in, you're like, oh, there's none of the products and services that I like. Right? You were sort of walking into a dystopian, vortex. But now at least everything will be behind the glass, and you'll know your products are going to be there. It may take you 40 minutes to get your products, but you'll get them. I don't know. Long term, I think people have shorter and shorter and shorter attention spans. And I think in major cities, particularly like New York, right, I don't think they're going to want to wait to get products. So they've just shuttered the first Target ever in New York City, 116th Street in East Harlem. Rite Aid is pretty much closing all their stores, and Walgreens has closed a lot too. Now, Target was actually up big on the news, by the way, but the stock has been crushed. So I think more along the lines of, I mean, the stock has been down, what, peak to trough, what, like 70%, maybe 60% drawdown. So you had a lot of shorts there, right? So I don't know, I wouldn't particularly be buying this thing. Hey, Sunshine NYC, what's up? Good to see you, Sunshine. This is due to high theft and pharmaceutical issues. Oh, Theo says, Tom, for interesting insights into retail, listen to Matthew Shea, CEO of National Retail Federation. Let me take a screenshot of that, actually. Thank you for that, Theo. Appreciate it. I'll check that out. Hang with Mark Mom says, Tom, Amazon got it right with products getting to us oftentimes within hours. They deliver right into our garage with Amazon Prime in place. Yeah, and you know, we always talk about this particular interview. I have to program it into the Nightbot. I always forget to do it, but my favorite interview of all time with Jeff Bezos is when he was describing his sales process, right? And the reason why Amazon is so successful. And the reason why Amazon is so successful is because they removed all of the friction out of the transaction, right? The more friction you could reduce in the transaction, and the less steps you have to have your customer go through to buy, the more likely it is that they will buy, right? Which kind of makes sense. It's almost obvious, but that really changed the game. So when you walk into a store, right? Now, I'm about to be in Miami in about a week. Every time I go to the Walmart, there's so many customers at the Walmart, but there's only one register open, right? And the self-checkout, there's a lot of self-checkout things, but half the people don't know how to use the self-checkout. So there's so much latency there. Like, I'm already mentally preparing myself to wait in line at least 20, 30 minutes to do so. But with Amazon, right, particularly with Prime, you automatically have your credit card information in and hooked up into your account, right? So it's just one touch to click buy now. You don't have to fill out any forms, you don't have to reconfirm your address, it's just buy now and boom, it's on its way. So if you're a small business owner, right, or you're starting a company that you're going direct to consumer, you should think about your sales process like that. You know, if you have a receptionist at the front desk, right, how many questions is she asking the customer, right? Is she asking too many qualifying questions? The least amount of questions and the easier it is for a customer to buy, the more revenue you're gonna make, the more money you're gonna make. Hold on, let me plug my phone. So reduce friction, increase sales. Hold on.
It's also cashless. That's true too. All right, everybody, speaking of very valuable companies, we are standing right outside of the Louis Vuitton LVMH store. Well, it's owned by LVMH Moet Hennessy. So they now own pretty much the entire corridor here of Fifth Avenue. This is the flagship Louis Vuitton store. And this is the brand new Tiffany. This had, well, pretty much underwent about $500 million worth of renovations. And unfortunately on opening day, they had a fire. I mean, thank God, nobody was hurt. Look at the American flag waving freedom and breathing fire on Fifth Avenue. Fantastic. Now, we don't have a microphone anymore, so just apologies for the wind noise in the mic. But one of the things I have to commend the city for is, I mean, there has probably been about a 40% year-over-year increase with the amount of American flags that are lined up and down Fifth Avenue. And I think that's a good reminder, right? That, you know, when you're walking up and down Fifth, you're like, listen, pal, we are currently walking in the greatest city on earth, in the greatest country that has ever been created on God's green earth. And it's a motivating factor. I mean, imagine walking to work every day seeing that. It's fantastic. Looks like they're putting up more Christmas windows here too. Hey, Line Sync, what's up? Just the guy says Bernard Arnault has money laundering allegations against him. Yeah, and so does the mayor of New York City too. Now, when you have that much money, now, I mean, maybe the allegations are true, I don't know. But when you have that much money, you're gonna have people come and knocking on your door. You just are, you know? Hey, Ahmed. What's up, Ahmed? Says, hello, Tom from India. Welcome to all of our Indian viewers. Welcome to New York City. We're happy to have you here. Coming up in a couple weeks, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of interesting content coming down the pike, but we will be doing an inclusive bull thesis on India. And I'm actually gonna be having an analyst from Scotiabank. I'm not sure if anybody's heard of that, but from Scotiabank, we'll be doing a little bit of an excerpt in the Behind the Street newsletter about a bull thesis on India. What do you guys think of these candy canes here? Hey, Victor says, greetings, Tom from Chicago. Love New York City and miss it. Thank you, Victor, for your very generous donation. Hopefully you'll be able to make a trip to New York City pretty soon. Now, this building right in front of us, this big one, is 53 West 53rd. It's technically not on New York City's Billionaires Road, but it's considered a Billionaires Road type building. And we'll check that out later. Let's head up towards the plaza again. Hey, Moonlight, what's up? Somebody's asking about the Amazon Go stores. Hey, Hawaii, what's up? Hawaii, I have an update for you. The office has officially devoured all of your Hawaiian cookies that you gave us. So we are all very appreciative. Trust me, the office has officially devoured all of them. So thank you for your generosity. We appreciate it. I still have the tin. I'll keep it for some good Hawaiian luck in the office. Maybe it'll help me close some more deals. Ellie Bradford is here. What's up? Good to see you. Sparks Carnival. It says Amazon is going to start selling automobiles now. Anybody else read that? You know, I did read that. Now, what is that going to mean for those companies like Carvana?
Now the question is, would you buy a car off of Amazon? I would say maybe I would. I mean, if there's anybody who could pull it off, it's Amazon. The wind is already starting to pick up. All right, so this is the Sherry Netherland Hotel and Residences. We always talk about the book Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. A lot of people say, do you have any recommendations for books? That's a really good book. Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. Now, the rumor is if you want to work for Tudor Investments, which is Paul Tudor Jones' family office or hedge fund, you have to read that book. Let's go inside Tim Cook's flagship store here, just to get out of the wind. Hey, Marcia says, no, buy my Benz at the dealership, pay cash only. Very nice. What kind of Benz you got? You know, if you live in New York City and you're looking for a nice place to park your Mercedes-Benz, I think I have a perfect solution for you. Your Mercedes-Benz is gonna look fantastic in this parking garage that I'm selling. Maybe I'll even label the spot. I'll label it, I'll write your name on it. All right, let's get down into the, let's go down into the, whatever you call this here, because it's a little bit cold. And we'll check out the flagship Apple store for all the viewers who have not seen it yet. And this will allow us some time to get out of the wind. Now this is 24/7, 365. It'll be open on Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's actually busier than I expected. Cooking, what's up? Username, schmoozername. This is, do I get the same return policy for the Amazon car? Well, I think they're just providing the platform. I don't think they're gonna make a car. Well, technically with Rivian, right? I mean, they own significant stock in Rivian. Zozo Bob from South Florida. Zozo Bob, you know what I was going to ask you? Did they complete a full sellout on the Aston Martin building, by the way? I remember last time we checked in with you, you said they were about 98% sold. David Reed, this is good evening from Huntsville, Alabama. David, welcome to New York City, my friend. Ren 1018, Tom, it was 1 year since the crazy Thanksgiving stream. You're right. Let me put you guys down for a second. Yeah, that was a crazy hit and run action we saw. Let's take a lap around here. Zozo Bob's time I would have to check the sales info for Aston Martin. Well, I'll be down there the 1st of December, so maybe I'll see you down there. Now, I'm really excited about the Bentley Design Tower that's going to go up in Sunny Isles Beach, not too far away from me. Yeah, I'd say that's also, you know what? I'm very excited about One Bayfront Plaza. I think One Bayfront Plaza is going to be the tallest Class A office tower south of the World Trade Center. What else we got down there, Zozo Bob? We have Zozo Bob is our South Florida real estate expert.
Oh, we also have the Waldorf Astoria Tower, right? That's going to be the tallest residential apartment building south of the Trade Center. It's going to be taller than 1000 Museum, which is the building that David Beckham owns an apartment in. And they have a helicopter pad on the roof, which is kind of crazy. Hey, Western Mass Dave, good to see you. Elias, thanks for joining us. Out and about from Toronto, Canada. Zozo Bomb. This is Tom One Brickle City Center Office Tower. Yeah, so that is going up in that old sort of dilapidated white building that they're going to take down, right? And that is also the building where they had that mess up with the scaffolding when they were doing the tear down of the building. A big piece of concrete or a big piece of cement crushed the entire scaffolding. And I think the mayor of Miami sort of shut it down until there could be a full investigation. That was wild. I found out about it through Twitter, actually. One of my friends is a top CRE broker in Miami. Omar Morales. He's a good follow on Twitter. If you're interested in staying up to date on the CRE market, check out Omar Morales. Good friend of mine. He's one of the top South Florida commercial real estate brokers. Sometimes he pops in and out on the stream. Okay, right in front of us is the Plaza Hotel. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far tonight, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We usually do these streams every night starting at 8:30. We'd love for you to join the ride here. You know what, let me try to plug back in the microphone. I think it's going to be too windy. All right, perfect. Okay, we got the light. Let's cross. Hey, Derek. This is Why Do We Never See the Face with the Voice? Well, early on when we started the channel, we took a vote and we said, what do you guys want to see? The face with the voice
or the voice with no face. And there was an overwhelming vote of just the stream with the voice and no face. So now we get no face. You could find my face though if you type !Thomas in the chat. You can see my bio. It's not going to impress you though. It's not they say it's face fit for radio. All right, we'll try to go in the plaza again. I think this is my favorite touch about the entire building. These beautiful red rugs that are sort of draped over the stone steps here. And they do a good job of keeping it clean. Because with bright red like this, it can get very dirty. And you have Home Alone, I was going to say Home Alone. And you have the GM building in the distance. Sunshine after rain, good to see you. What do you guys think? I really like the choice of music too. Now, as we go from the lobby, we'll transition to the dining room. And the bar is really stunning here. You have that really nice stained glass ceiling, these big columns, and the chandelier. Now, this door off to your right is the residences at the plaza. So there's people that own units here, and there's people that also rent in the plaza. We actually may have a listing coming up in the Plaza Hotel very soon. AUS Fly Girl says Omar Morales. Yes, he's a good friend of mine, very talented broker for commercial real estate, not residential. So he does big commercial deals. So these doors are the Plaza residences. You see the main reception area here. What do you guys think? I think it's amazing in here. You're only going to really see this type of stuff in New York City. Nowhere else. This is a very good Italian brand. 1774. 2 years away from the greatest year in human history. Close, but no cigar. they have another nice Christmas tree in the lobby for the residences. Look at that. Justin B says you should do a fancy architecture holiday / bar pub crawl for us sometime this year. You know, I threw a big party at the Conover, a penthouse party. You know, if we get a big listing before the end of the year, I promise you guys I'll throw another big party in a crazy penthouse, and you guys are all invited. That I promise. You can come to any of my listings that I'm putting on with the team, the Kirsten Jordan team. You guys are more than welcome to come anytime. Send me a text, email, even if you just want to see it. You know, it's the least I could do, absolutely. I don't know what kind of perfume or scent they're using for this hotel, but it's unbelievable. I almost don't want to leave. It smells so good in here. Yeah, Travel Nieces has loved the marble walls. Optimus 17 says the Conover party sounds good. Missed the first one. Yeah, so we're on an amazing project. Lee Cohen of Red Hook Partners is the developer. It's a 22-unit, very bespoke project in Red Hook, Brooklyn. And Penthouse 3B is on the market. We're just getting ready to list Penthouse 3A, but we just need to stage it first. And staging does cost a pretty penny. But yeah, if you know anybody who's looking to move to Brooklyn, particularly Red Hook, let me know. We have some really good, very bespoke property, very good units. Hang with Mark Mom says Tom is so generous. I'm hoping for a summer trip to New York City. Do it, let's do it. I'll be here. I will be here. Now this is just such a classic shot. I think this is my favorite shot of the night right here. And then off to the left, that's the main lobby of the hotel. So that's where you check in, the concierge, everything is right there, which is really nice. I wonder how much that chandelier weighs, because those are really, really, really heavy. It's amazing though. All right, everybody, let's head out and let's walk down Central Park South. If you enjoyed the tour of the Plaza Hotel, feel free to leave a like on the video and click the subscribe button if you're new. We usually do these streams roughly every night at 8:30 p.m. Oh, I never noticed that. Look at this. I never noticed that clock above here. Now I have another tip for all of you. In 157, so 157 West 57th Street, the Extel building, which is actually the first building ever put up on Billionaire's Row, completed in 2014. There's another 5-star hotel in there. It's called the Park Hyatt. Now that arguably has one of the best, little road rage, arguably has one of the best lounges, I think, in Midtown. And you don't need to be a guest at the hotel to utilize it. It's a restaurant open to the public, but not a lot of people know about it. It's called the Living Room. Now it's a little pricey, but if you're taking a client there, doing something like that, a team outing, if you look it up, the Living Room, 157 West 57th, that's a good place to go. Very good place. Hey, sir.
What's up, buddy?
Good. Just the guys, this is Bar 52. I haven't heard of that. Where's Bar 52? Mateos is, what's your favorite restaurant? I think my current favorite restaurant is called Take 31. Take 31. It's on 31st Street, right off of 5th Avenue. It's a Korean restaurant, but it's kind of like a Korean fusion. And it's right next to another restaurant called Her Name is Han. So the restaurants are owned by the same owner. Her Name is Han and Take 31. Fantastic. But I have another recommendation for you all. Now, does anybody here like Italian food? Yeah? No? Well, Al Coro is unfortunately closing down. Unfortunately. It's a two Michelin star restaurant in Manhattan, and it's closing down. So you gotta go before it closes. So again, it's called Al Coro, A-L and then C-O-R-O. Now it's very expensive, but if you're gonna go there this holiday season, email me, let me know, and I'll make sure they take care of you there. I have some very good friends who work there, and my good friend is the owner of the restaurant next door called Mel's. She's very, very nice. Yeah, so I'll hook it up. Hey, Jonathan, thank you so much for your $15 donation. Says, thank you, Tom, for all of the great walks. You are amazing because you know all about New York City. Your number one fan, Jonathan. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the stream, and thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it very much. Oh my God, Hang with Mark Moms is better than Carmine's. It blows Carmine's out of the water. Carmine's is more of like Al Coro's like more fine dining. So I wouldn't go there with like a big family. You know, you're probably gonna run like a $3,000 bill. You know, but if it's two people, I would go. 2 or 3 people, it's definitely worth it because they're gonna close it down. Now the crazy thing is, I'll give you guys an inside scoop. You ready for the scoop? I'll give it to you anyway. Usually Western Mass Dave needs a little time to prepare for the inside scoop, but I'm just gonna dish it out to you. It's $40,000 a month for the rent there, and they're just barely breaking even, which is kind of sad, right? That is the state of, you know, and the realities of a lot of restaurants here in New York City, particularly the very, very popular ones. Because guess what? If a restaurant is very popular and it's doing well, guess what the landlord does? They increase the rent in proportion of your success, unfortunately. So, you know, even if some of these restaurants may seem packed, it's really tough to turn a profit in the restaurant business. Very, very tough. And I learned that because I have a friend who's a very successful chef here. Very, very successful. I see Dave. What's up, Western Mass Dave? I said that to awaken you into the chat. I haven't seen you tonight. So I was like, what can I say to get Dave in the chat? Anyway, but yeah, you know, it's kind of sad to think about because there's so many great restaurants that even though they may appear busy, they're still struggling, which stinks because I think that's one of the best things about New York City. Wouldn't you guys agree? Is all the cuisine, it's the food. The restaurants, the bars, the coffee shops. I think that's what makes New York City great. And, you know, with the cost of rent, it's really, really hard to turn a profit in the restaurant business. Okay, it says, can you please visit new places different from yesterday? No, I can't. For a few reasons. I'll be very honest with you. I'm a little fatigued from the day of work today. I'm a little tired. And I want to stay in and around Midtown so I can go home at a reasonable hour because I have to be up very early tomorrow. That's the real answer. So maybe some other day I'll be able to wander a little bit further, but that's the straight to the point answer. It's getting late, got to be up early. Hey, Marilyn from Murray Hill. Marilyn, good to see you. Happy holidays to you. Are you spending the holidays in the city or are you headed out to Long Island? Maruf says, hey, Walks in Wall Street. Happy Monday. Hope all is well. Happy Monday to you too. Wishing you a fantastic Thanksgiving week. Now, someone says, who's going to rent out the space after they close? That's the $1 million question. That's what we don't know. Hold on, I got to put you guys down one more time. I apologize. But this is actually going to be a really stunning view. You're looking all the way down Central Park, south, towards the east side of Manhattan. Now, since it's getting a little bit colder out, the battery dies. Oh, I totally forgot to show you guys the JW Marriott Essex House. So what you're seeing right here is the restaurant, but this is the temporary restaurant. This is actually the ballroom. So essentially what they're doing, if you see right here, you see the main entrance, JW Marriott Essex House. They're totally gut renovating the entire restaurant. Now the lobby still looks absolutely gorgeous. We'll quickly show you here. This is one of the oldest Art Deco style hotels in New York City, which looks great. You can kind of see it's sort of draped closed over there, but it's going to be brand new. There's going to be a brand new restaurant in here, opening up, I think 2025. The renovation should be complete. If we walk all the way down, you'll sort of get a glimpse of what I'm talking about, because the windows will all be sort of frosted out. You guys see this? And if you look up to the ceiling, you can see all of the exposed beam. And this is going to be a brand new restaurant. It's going to be really nice. Hey, Andy from South Korea. What's up, Andy? 안녕하세요. Thanks for joining us on the eve of Nvidia's earnings. I should say Nvidia earning eve. Hey from Chicago, good to see you. Welcome. Hey, Destructionist. Tom, what is the holiday stream schedule looking like? Well, I'm not too sure. I think that's more appropriate. So, again, if you're looking for the newsletter in your inbox this Thursday, it will not be there. But it'll be there on Friday. Was buffering again? Well, long story short, tomorrow it's going to rain. It's going to be a big storm in New York City, so I don't know if we're going to stream. Wednesday we'll be on live. And Thursday is maybe, Friday is a go. But I'm going to be working all the way up until very, very late Wednesday night. I have to go to a big dinner with a developer who we may get a big listing. We may get a big building in Lower Manhattan to sell out. This is the Trump International Hotel and Tower. And yeah, so this Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we're not going to send out the Behind the Street newsletter. That will be sent out on Friday. So if you're not yet signed up for the Behind the Street newsletter,
It's our free equity research piece where we cover global capital markets, we cover fixed income, we cover real estate, and that will be sent out to everybody in your inbox Friday. So if you scan the QR code on your screen, punch in your email, or if you type !news, NEWS in the chat, the Nightbot will drop our Substack link where you can look at all of our archived research for free. And you can listen to it in the audio version. So everything we talk about on the live stream, right? All of the major topics from financial earnings and the like, we write a research piece, and we will also be having guest hosts, notable hedge fund managers, notable analysts on the street. So you don't want to miss that. So feel free to sign up. Speaking of new development, this building right here is brand new. That was going to be sales, but now it's going to be rentals because the market is a little bit soft. So usually when developers have new product out and they know that they can't get the max price per square foot that they wanted to get when the market was really good, they'll put them out for rentals for now, because if they put it out for sales, they'd probably take a little bit of a bath on that. Jen Zen, thank you for loving the stream. Appreciate it. And this is the Deutsche Bank Towers in here. Now, these are all the main grandstands that they're going to have for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Out and about, real estate agents were really generous when they closed the deal, as they would treat us to lunch. I'll take you to lunch. Where do you want to go? Pick the spot. We'll go somewhere good. I'm down. I'm always down. That's an open invite for anybody. Hey, Desi, thank you so much for your $5 donation. Appreciate it, and thank you for the support. But everybody, it's getting a little bit cold and it's getting a little bit windy, and I'm here at the train, so I think this is a good time for us to part ways. But I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight and enjoying the live stream. It's always a pleasure to be able to talk to everybody, so thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the live stream, feel free to leave a like on the video, click the subscribe button if you're new, and share the show with your friends to help get the word out. Once again, on Friday, we will email you that free newsletter. So you can scan the QR code, punch in your email, or just type !news, NEWS in the chat, and I will send that to you on Friday. Now, Nvidia reports earnings tomorrow. We may or may not be live due to the weather. So 50-50, we'll be live tomorrow. If we're not live tomorrow, I'll be putting up a standalone video talking about Nvidia's earnings, and that's all I got. So Andy, thank you so much. Mary, Richard Vogel, Andy, Unij23, Hawaii. All of our good moderators, Hang with Mark Mom, Tatted Tara, D. Who else we got? RB, thank you so much. RB, maybe I didn't see your comment, but just send me an email. Sharon, thank you so much. Pete, NYC. Everybody have a fantastic and very, very happy Thanksgiving week. Madison 32 as well, thank you. Meg Berg, appreciate you as always. And Black Valley, always a bull market somewhere. You just need to know where to look. God bless all of you, and God bless the United States of America. Thanks.